to our original question. What exactly is love? Throughout my journey, I have witnessed the word love used too carelessly and casually. This may be the result of a few factors, such as cultural influences, and or the way love is expressed in the media. It appears as though the honor and sacredness of this word is vanishing right before our eyes. For example, it is not uncommon to hear someone say, "I love this ice cream," or "I love to sleep," or "I love this town." Is it that the meaning of love has been watered down to words such as like or enjoy? It is my belief that the word or concept of love was never meant to be used so loosely. But where there is a lack of understanding, misuse and error is inevitable. For this reason, I believe when someone proclaims that they love you, it is important to gain an understanding of what love means to them or represents to them. Simply saying the words "I love you" does not necessarily mean that person actually does. Please don't feel pressured to respond when these words are spoken to you, especially if clarity is needed. Personally, I would simply say thank you. When you think about the individual who has proclaimed their love for you, or when you think of that significant person or that special person who you are in love with, try slipping that person's name into 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. This chapter points out the characteristics of love. Let's give it a try. Think of that person that proclaims their love. Now replace the word love with that person's name. For the sake of this exercise, I will use a made-up name like, Tomboy. Let's go. Tomboy is patient. Tomboy is kind. Tomboy does not envy. Tomboy does not boast. Tomboy is not proud. Tomboy does not dishonor others. Tomboy is not self-seeking. Tomboy is not easily angered. Tomboy keeps no records of wrongs. Tomboy does not delight in evil, but rejoice with the truth. Tomboy always protects. Tomboy always trusts. Tomboy always hopes, and tomboy always preserves. I hope that this exercise has helped to bring an even deeper level of understanding and an even deeper level of clarity. Think about that person who proclaims their love. Are they patient? Are they kind? Are they self-seeking? Are they easily angered? Do they delight in evil, or do they rejoice in the truth? Now, let's think about ourselves. Are we actively portraying the love of God to those around us? Are we patient? Are we kind? Are we envious or jealous? Are we proud? Are we keeping records of wrongs? Are we delighting in evil and not rejoicing in the truth? Are we protecting that individual that we love? Do we trust them? Do we hope the best for them? Are we willing to sacrifice for them? You may be asking, why is it important for this individual to be willing to sacrifice? Or Why is it important that I sacrifice? Love requires sacrifice. Isaiah 53:5 states, "But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace, and with his wounds we are healed." This tells me that out of love, out of an understanding of who God is, he sacrificed his life, his only Son, Jesus Christ, because of the love that he has for us. In order to free the human heart from selfishness, lust, and pride, Christ sacrificed himself in the ultimate act of love. Christ recognized that in spite of our efforts to love like him, in our imperfect state, our love will be imperfect. Christ recognized that suffering will continue as long as sin remains. That is why Christ redeemed us from suffering by redeeming the world from sin. This is love. We don't have to stay in a fallen state. However, it is only through the grace and power of God that we are able to love like him. We are not perfect, but as children of God, we are to pursue his likeness as we strive to love like him.